Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IX on the Series JG. And it's about time for us to get to the point where I can load the big off-screen save, which has stuff I've been doing up to like over a year ago, 1 week, there's like 2 weekends in a row where I goofed around with this game, getting ready, grinding against enemies to get all of our skills, blah blah blah. As much as it feels like we've wasted a lot of time stealing from like everything from bosses, I kind of wanted, even when I was like, you know, using the game's built-in sort of frame skip, I wanted you guys to see what that mechanic's like, because from now on, there's probably not going to be off-screening. If I want all the whoppets or drops from enemies, we're going to have to watch together as I steal all that stuff over and over and over again. And by stealing over and over and over again, I mean as we have to use the steal command over and over and over again for it to work. And I do kind of want to, you know, come as close as one can to 100%ing this game. This is not a game that can be 100%ed in a single run, because there are certain things where the only way to get this, like, it's one very specific item, the only way to get it is to reach a certain point in the game so fast that it involves skipping everything that you don't have to do to progress, which means all sorts of side stuff that you would get will prevent you from getting an item called Excalibur 2. So, I mean, you can probably find Excalibur 2 runs on YouTube if you want to check them out, but we're doing a run where we're just going to kind of take our time and find everything, including Dr. Todd. Please be equipped for battle. There are monsters on the ground. There's a world going on underground. Please take the ladder inside the whole venue already. Oh. This hole. This ladder in this hole. Steiner apparently got down ahead of us. And also Dr. Tot teleported down here while we were climbing. This is Gargon Rue, an ancient travel route between Treno and Alexandria. Why was this thing built under a tower? Actually, Gargon Rue was in use long before even the invention of airships. That's not what I asked. The tower was built on top of the disused tunnel. But it looks fairly new. I convinced Mr. Bishop to keep this place intact. I haven't used it since it was remodeled, mind you. We must first activate the tunnel connection sequence and call the Gargant inside. Let's see. Where was the sequence trigger? So all we have to do is find the sequence trigger. Princess, let us find it. So I always, I will confess I haven't watched one from start to finish, but I've poked my head in once or twice when Lethal was playing the various armored, it's not the Armored Core games, which are the ones that have the different combines. There's like there's like a samurai family, you know, clan thing in the future with Mech Warrior. It has like these different groups that are vying for power across the galaxy, and one of them is like the Steiner Empire, the Steiner Combine, or the Steiner something. Because I remember playing the first Mech Warrior game on PC like 30 years ago, probably, and yeah, their logo was like a fist and a gauntlet, and they had you know, European style knight culture was their backdrop, but actually they were, you know, using mechs, and I always find it a shame that when he's in contact with them in those games, they don't talk like Scott Steiner. But now that I'm doing the Steiner voice for this LP regularly, I see how it's very difficult to keep doing consistently. You can tell by the fact that I'm not doing it consistently. No, it's more about the fact that it's just really hard to keep doing because it's hard on the voice. Let's see, where was that sequence trigger? Can I help you, Kupo? Let's give Mochos a letter. Thank you for delivering the letter from Nazna, Kupo. From Nazna to Mochos. Grimo in Southgate's Bowden Station sent me a letter saying that he feels sad when he sees Mary in love. But I think he feels that way because Grimo himself is in love. Kupo. Am I right? And airline food. How about the way that, like, white people dance? Am I right? I also know that Nan's in love with Grimo. I want male Koopa. Now, just in case we accidentally miss something, here, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that blood sword off a Big Papa Pump here. We're gonna put it on Marcus. I'm gonna show you exactly how several nights were spent for my PS4 with like a weight placed over the X button on a rapid fire controller. Doing this. Me. We learned Maneater, guys. And that's basically it. So let's just in case I missed some stuff, I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything beyond this point, even enough to advance Dr. Tot's dialogue there, but this is basically it now. I actually made sure in the very first fight here to get Dagger and Steiner killed off so they wouldn't pick up excess levels I didn't want them to have. And then it was actually just Marcus doing that, like, indefinitely. And by indefinitely, I mean to the point where he reached, like, level 99. So at long last, I'm kind of excited about this, actually. I will admit, there was a day where I was just goofing around playing. Ah, damn it, GG! I just hit continue without stopping to think. But I mean, I off-screened a little ahead just for fun at one point. I'm not sure what possessed me to do it, but didn't save any of the progress. I was just goofing around, seeing what some stuff that was going on. But no, we're really going to get to the point where there's story content that I haven't seen and thoroughly reviewed, and we got to find Garganroo entrance. This should be it, but I'll know in a second. Yeah, we got Dead Dagger, Dead Steiner, and level 99 Marcus. So as you can see, there are definitely some things that are different from a level 20 character to a level 99 character. Steiner, who's the biggest tank party member you get, has max HP of about 1200. And Marcus, who's kind of a, you know, agility-based Kai, has over 5000 max HP. So, yeah, maybe that's not that impressive. Like, 20 times 5 is level 100, so that's about, yeah. I guess that kind of tracks. He's got 327 MP, even though he doesn't really use spells at all. But this is probably, and he's been silenced, and that doesn't matter at all, but this might be more important. So, when you level up, there's a system, you can read it up, it's reasonably complicated, but depending on what you have equipped, you gain... It's almost like there's a sub-hidden level of level up, like spirit points. Like your spirit is goes from 0 to 50, I guess. But like you could have, it's almost like you have spirit experience, and every time you get 10 spirit experience, your spirit goes up 1. And having certain things equipped means that when you level up, you get more spirit experience points. So let's say you're at level 20 and you have no spirit experience gained, and you level up and you've got something equipped that gives you spirit experience of 5. Then you go from 20 to 21, you'll still have the same spirit score, but you'll have 5 spirit experience banked. Then if you have the same gear equipped and you level up to 22, you'll go from 5 spirit experience to 10, which will give you another spirit point. I'm probably not explaining it right, but the point is the gear you have equipped affects your stat growth. So you'll see that, like, and it doesn't affect attack, defense, evade, magic defense, magic evade. That's always based on your gear. But speed, strength, magic, and spirit are your core stats that carry with your character. So those are the ones that are important. And we can see at level 21, Dagger's got higher speed than Steiner. Steiner's got significantly higher strength, which makes sense. Magic is better for Dagger, which you would expect. But Spirit, which apparently has, like, it's like a luck stat in the Fallout game. It has like a kind of minor effect on a lot of different things. Like, it heavily affects your magic resistance, but it also affects a lot of little stuff like, you know, your spirit score will enter into computations for a lot of things like evade rate or, you know, critical rate or stuff like that, as I understand it. So it's a pretty important one. But as you can see, Dagger's got like 25, 23, 34, 29. Steiner's got 20, 35, 21, 29. Now Marcus, it doesn't seem that impressive, does it? His speed is at 32 instead of 20 or 25. So it doesn't seem that amazing. Strength, 59 instead of 35, doesn't seem that amazing. Magic, 52 instead of 21, doesn't seem that amazing. But Spirit is at 50. So basically his Spirit is capped out. If I remember correctly from checking online guides, Speed and Spirit max at 50, Strength and Magic max at 100. And the reason to do this trick where you go off screen and level up Marcus to 99, which I think 99 is the max level, not 100. So the reason you level him up to 99 is because there are 3 characters we don't get until later in the game. Maybe it's only 2 that are left to get, actually. But there are characters that we get, and for whatever reason, they program the game so that when these new characters enter your party, their starting speed, strength, magic, and spirit are based on the speed, strength, magic, and spirit of Marcus, Cinna, and what's his name? The one that Blank. Because, like, for whatever reason, they decided to link those short-term party members that you only generally have in individual battles, and their core stats will link to these new characters. Because by the time you get each of those new characters, we've moved past the point in the story where you'll ever play as Cinna, Marcus, or Blank. So for, you know, super minor spoiler, I guess, we're never going to have Cinna or Blank. Well, Blank has been turned to stone at this point in the story, but we won't have Cinna and Blank in our party in any kind of long-term capacity. They were showing up for individual battles, like fighting against Steiner on the airship, stuff like that. And Marcus, or Blank rather, showed up in our party for those battles where we were fleeing the evil force, etc. Marcus is this odd little exception. He can't learn skills, but he is in our party. At this point, we can actually level him up and use him like a real party member for the most part. But when we get the character who replaces him, they won't be at level 99. They'll be at like the average level of all of our other characters, but they'll still inherit Marcus's core stats from being at level 99. So when we get this character, and it's extra amusing when we see who this character is, that it's going to have god stats, they will be at like probably level 30 something, with, if I so desire, 70 more levels of grinding for core stats if we want it. But they'll already have core stats that resemble a, you know, fully maxed out character. Now, the problem, of course, is we don't have access to the very best equipment. Like, for whatever reason, the females get the best accessories. Like, Pearl Rouge adds cool stuff. Like, that's why, that's the real reason Dagger's magic score is so high. She's been equipping stuff that, like, Maltina Racket probably gives her a magic boost. I think Robe of Lords gives you a magic boost. So, I don't think Leather Wrist and Bronze Vest, I think I might be able to have equipped them because there's quite a few armors that give you a mild spirit boost. And then the higher end accessories give you a more significant boost to like magic and strength. And there's not a lot of things that give you a boost to speed, although Bandana gives you a small boost to speed. But by the time we get around to where I want to min-max anyone else, the character who inherits Marcus's stats will probably end up with 50 speed, 100 strength, 100 magic, and 50 spirit. And that's just the kind of thing that, do you need to do that? No. I like playing with stuff like that. So anyway, with all that long, boring explanation finally done, let's see. Where was that secret tree? Good. Can now confirm we didn't actually advance anything here. What's this gobble? Oh, I suppose we could use a tent. Have we got 99? Yeah, we got 99 tents. There's no reason not to use a tent. I probably didn't need to use those Phoenix Downs, actually. Pretty sure I didn't need to use those Phoenix Downs. I think a tent would have brought them back. But it's possible a tent would not, and so whatever. All right. Well, actually, Steiner knows all these skills. Including yeah, that's right, because in this save, I tried to do as little experience leveling as possible while still gathering skill points to learn skills. To the extent possible, I got skill points with the minimum amount of experience gained, which is why he knows armor break and all that stuff. So we're going to give him the blood sword. And everyone else is probably wearing, you know, without putting too much effort into it, they're probably all equipped with whatever gives them the best level up stats, because everyone knows all their skills. So now, I'm not even going to bother. Like, I was about to cure Marcus's status ailment. There's no point. Oh, well, I did grab treasure chests, so you'll have to check a fact if you want to know what those treasures were. So pulling that lever doesn't seem to have done anything. Oh, yes it does. There was a barrier over here, as you may recall. Nothing happened. Well, maybe Dr. Toach will... Let's see. Where was the sequence trigger? Other than the fact that you haven't seen all the enemies around here, I really want to... Ah, this is it. This is where the Gargant... This is where we call the Gargant inside. What do you mean? Gargant Route Traino Station is shaped like a circle. When you pull on that lever, Gargant circles around the station continuously. I don't understand what you're saying. Stop speaking with that accent. Better to show and tell. Princess, would you pull on the lever over there? You mean this lever? Please pull on that lever over there. I just want to see your butt when you pull on it. What is it? Well, never mind. We're not going to get any more encounters to showcase the enemies around here. What's that? Ah, perfect timing. This is the Gargant, the giant insect that pulls this trolley. Next, we must halt the Gargant. Gargant, halt! Halt and seek! Where was the lever? I think the lever was right here. Okay. Let's see. Like the other, like we've seen the big worm things. There's, you can encounter those in groups of 1 and groups of 2, and there's another encounter. So it would be nice if we could see that encounter rather than keep seeing this one. Because I don't actually want to get experience from these guys. I don't really need steals either. What am I doing? I guess there's a skill that Zidane gets near the end of the game that gives him... Its damage is based on how many steals you have, and I think steals with characters other than Zidane actually count. So there is a reason to just spam skills for garbage items, even when you don't need those items. It is like slowly building something up that's quite useful. I think to the extent that I beat super bosses and shit playing this game on original hardware back in the day, it was by spamming Zidane's best skill. Not carrying any more of that, so it will be discarded. Thank you for letting me know, though. Oh, feed. Yes, that's the one. The Gargant should stop when you pull on that lever. How is the Gargant still alive if this is how it gets food. And this thing has been out of service for centuries. Please, Hammer, it will resume once it's finished eating. Are you sure it won't keep going around in circles? It won't. It will I will reverse the connection sequence and let the Gargant out of the station. Well, thanks. I mean, you're gonna say thank you to him? He's helping it? Whatever. Please look after the princess, Master Steiner. Of course. The princess is bright, but she is still young and naive. I'm concerned about her safety. Please take her to eine Sicherheitsüberprüfung. Please make your own decisions on the matter at hand and protect her. I am but a humble nigget. I cannot exceed my authority. Is that an honest answer? You may endanger the princess as you keep telling yourself that. I will have to kill you and take your place. I shall take note of your counsel. Fare you well, princess. Take care, Dr. Tot. I must hurry. Mach schnell! I just pulled the lever. I swear I thought he was going to get, like, attacked from behind and murdered by evil people. Like, something about the way he's, like, left behind. But no, there's no particular reason. He's not particularly in danger, but it does seem like he's sticking his neck out to help them. But now that I think about it, like, I don't know who in Treno cares that he's going to operate this system that they didn't even know about. Be safe, princess. So honestly, at this point in the story, for reasons that will eventually become clear, we know that Queen Braun and her minions are trying to get Princess Garnet. And you might say, JG, what do you mean for reasons that will eventually become clear? She's the princess. That's the queen. She's trying to rescue her daughter. I think we all know that there's something evil about the queen who, like, you know, was shaking around and laughing uproariously as she blew up a ship. But yes, they are desperate to get the princess back. But at this point, Queen Braun's forces seem to have no idea where the princess is. They were... I don't know that the story doesn't really go anywhere. She just hangs out in Treno with Steiner, but she's safe there. But no, she's got this idea that she's going to get back to Alexandria and put a stop to whatever badness is going on with the Alexandrians attacking other countries. So I think my main interest in the story at this point as a casual viewer like yourself is... A, what is going on with Queen Braun? B, is there any chance that Princess Dagger is going to be able to, like, put a stop to this? And then C, when she obviously is not going to be able to, because what an anticlimax that would be, what is Steiner going to do? And to their credit, they are doing a little bit at this point in the game to build up the idea that Steiner is being encouraged to question blind obedience to the Queen, and is starting to develop more of a personal loyalty to the princess. So let me stop talking about kind of quasi-spoilers and get back to it here. Finally, the rock has come back. I'm trying to... My pirate voice is slipping into my half-elf voice, aka Scottish voice. Arr, finally, arr. We can reach Alexandria now. You can't even see Treno anymore. Not that we could before, we were underground. I wonder how long it's going to take. I never dreamed of going home in a vehicle like this. One that looks like an airship but isn't in the air. Dr. Tot remains a unique character. Huh? Huh? What's wrong? It's hesitating. Princess, you... Ooh. It's some kind of butt snake. Could this be the reason? Yeah, I think that might be the reason. And now if we defeat this thing, whatever insect just takes off without us and we're stranded down here. Alright, so I tell you what I'm going to do. As a one-time special favor to you guys, I'm going to steal from this thing off screen, and we're going to come back when the stealing is all done. even though that might mean that you guys miss some of the boss's super awesome turns. But I guess it'll give me a chance to gauge if it does anything interesting worth you guys seeing that I want to give it a chance to do again before we finish the fight. But I'll do a bunch of stealing off screen. I'm not going to promise to set things up this way in any future boss fights, but we'll do it this time. And when we come back next time, we will be fighting the boss in earnest. Ciao.